welcome to another episode of KMC Vibes. 皆さん、ようこそ KMC Vibes、host DL、今日の番組 East meets West. So today we have Foley from the UK and Hideto Matsuura, Hideto from Nagoya. 皆さん、元気ですか？Everyone okay?
元気ですよ。
はい、元気です。Foley, nice to meet you, virtually, of course. But yeah, where are you exactly in the UK?
I live in Northamptonshire, which is right in the middle of the UK.
Okay. UK, no. New, can you say it again?
Where I live, Northamptonshire.
Northamptonshire. UK、松浦さん、UK、もしかして UK は行ったことありますか？
いや、ないですね。
行
ったことないです。
He's never been to UK。海外旅行とかはどこ行ったんですか？
海外旅行は過去に一度だけですよね。それも月並みなハワイですけど。
はい。So I asked him where has he been overseas, and he's just been to Hawaii. So.
Well, you could do worse than Hawaii. I'm sure that.
So yeah, today we have two acoustic singer-songwriters together on the show. So I'd like to basically have each person introduce themselves. 本日の番組、シンガー・ソングライター2人が、初めて、会って、これからちょっと自己紹介お願いします。まず、イースト。松浦さん、お願いします。
日本語ですけどよろしいですか？
はい、大丈夫です。
松浦秀人と申します。日本は愛知県の名古屋市に住んでまして、シンガーソングライターとして、今年間で、ちょっと新型コロナのこんな時代ですけど、年間に60本ほどのライブですね、やっております。日本の名古屋中心に各地に行ってますけど、この関西ミュージックカンファレンスさんは今年で4回目になりますのでね、かなりずうずうしくもですね、やらせていただいてますけど、よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。
Okay, so Hideto Matsuura in Aichi, and he regularly performs. Of course, this is COVID year or COVID approaching years, but normally he performs about 60 performances a year around the country. He's making this year his fourth appearance at KMC. So thank you for, continuing 4 years, and we look forward to your participation this year. Foley. Yes, your introduction, please.
Oh, right, sorry. Yes, hello. So my name is Foley. I'm a singer-songwriter from England. I play acoustic guitar and sing. I've been playing for 25-ish years and a bit more maybe. I teach guitar as well. I've been teaching guitar for 10 years. And in non-COVID times, I normally would go out and play lots of gigs and festivals and stuff around the UK, and very occasionally elsewhere. But it's been a bit quiet lately. So I'm thrilled to be part of KMC. I'm thrilled to be here talking to you and participating, and it's a great honor.
Great, thanks. Foley は UK、UK を中心に、ライブをやってるんで、祭りとかフェスティバルとか、いろんなイベントで、活動しています。今年、最近のちょっと COVID の、せいであんまり出てないんですけど、KMC に参加するのは、非常に楽しみです。So, styles, I'd like to compare styles. You've been able to check out Matsuura's styles?
I have, yeah. I've enjoyed,
Yeah, do you feel that's a common style, or it's as far as the way that he performs? Matsuura さんの、アコースティックとかスタイルはどう思いますかという質問を聞いてます。Yeah, so what do you think of that, the style? Because I find his his style kind of very, I don't want to say spiritual, but just like the way he sings, he really pushes it from below, and yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I think I've listened to I've watched the videos essentially, and the thing that struck me was the power in his performances. I thought was very they were very powerful and very uplifting. And I think a lot of that, especially if you're playing on your own, which if you're a singer-songwriter and you play acoustic guitar, you do a lot. You know, sometimes you might play with other musicians to back you up, but you do play on your own a lot. So you're very much responsible for the whole sound. And I think, you know, some people don't necessarily make the most of that. And I think if you can have a very powerful sound and it be, you know, like I say, very, very uplifting, very energetic, then that's a great thing. So I very much.
Sure. 松浦さんの、歌声の力とか、そのパワーは結構印象的に結構すごいということで、普段シンガーソングライターはほとんど一人で、ソロとかを、やってる、たまにバンドと一緒に演奏してるんですが、基本的にソロで、その歌声の力とかパワーは大事ということを、と言ってますんで、はい。
ありがとうございます。
はい。なんか、いろんなところで演奏してるんですが、松浦さんが。で、どういうその観客、その感想とかはどういう感想があります普段ですか So when he performs, like what does his audience feel? What do they think about his performances?
オーディエンス。
そうです。はい。
そうですね。いろんなところに行って、ポンとこう行って演奏するので、割と全然知らないお客さんが多いんですよ。全く初めてこう見るお客さんっていうのがいるので、なるべくそういうところに自分から行って、初めてのお客さんからの感想をこう感じるようにやってるんですね。ライブハウスとかだといつも同じお客さんになってしまうので、もうそれは結局なるべくやめて、もう全然知らない人のところでなるべく演奏できるように、いろんなところに、いろんなイベントに行ってるという、そういうスタンスです。
So yeah, he feels that basically performing in, live clubs, live houses, you're kind of pretty much performing to the same type of people over and over, even if it's not the same exact people, but that same type of audience. But he performs in, community centers or festivals or outdoor events, and those types of spaces, you're always he always finds people that have never been introduced to his music or the style that he performs. So it's much more refreshing, much more entertaining for him.
Cool. Can I ask him a question?
Oh yeah, sure.
Does he find that those people who, let's say, are not, like you say, the usual people who would be at one of those events or would hear that kind of music, does he find that they're very receptive to his sound?
その初めてそのオーディエンスに関しては初めての人の感想とかは、受けることはどうですか？自分の音楽。
そうですね。割と年長の年の割といったお客さんが多いですよね。で、割とそういうそういう方にも伝わるような歌をチョイスしているので、自分で言うのもなんですけど、非常に評判はいいものをいただいています。
So he has a kind of a wide range that he can perform songs for different age groups. And so those types of people generally are older. And so he performs songs that are more appealing for them, and they seem to like the style. So I think he has a good ability for reading. This is an older audience. Okay, let me pull out these songs and reach that audience.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very cool.
松村さんは、若い人、例えば20年代とか30代 の人は、の人の前も演奏してるんですか？
そうですね。割合的には若い人は少ないですね。もちろんいるんですけど、やっぱりフォークソングスタイルっていうのは、最近の若い人たちにはあまりいないんですよ。みんなやっぱりCD とか使った音源を使ってやる人が多いし、そういう意味じゃなかなか若い人にはなかなかね、受け入れられにくいっていうか、もちろん若い人でやってる人もいるので、そういう人も来てくれはいることはあるんですけど、まあちょっとそこら辺でやっぱりジェネレーションギャップがね、ちょっとあるかなっていう、そういう感想はありますね。
Okay. So yeah, so I was asking him, does he play in front of audiences of, people in their 20s and 30s? And he said, generally, his audiences are the people who have CDs. So
they're my audiences.
It's an older audience, yeah. So Foley, yeah. If I can ask you, how did you get your start in performing? Actually,
I suppose in much the same way quite a lot of people do at school. I studied music at school and then at college, and I started a band at school, and there was no one leading that at that time. There were no teachers who were doing that. It wasn't like an extracurricular club or anything. I just started a band with some mates and played, terrible covers of Nirvana and Oasis songs and things. This was in the 90s, and it got progressively less terrible as we went along, and then I went to college and studied music, and that was more formal in that they put you in bands and gave you specific tasks to do. Like you had to perform from a particular style or a particular era, and you had to, you might have to change the style or change the era and do things in different ways, and then they'd change it next term. You'd be with completely different people and do the whole thing again, and that really, I think, made me more confident and more able as a performer, because it's easy to stay in your lane, isn't it, and do the thing you do, whereas I would always encourage people to try different things and try different styles and different things, and that, so that's what really kind of got me going. And then I played in a band for quite a few years after leaving college, and then when that eventually stopped, I had a little hiatus, a little break from music, and that's actually when I learned to speak a little bit of Japanese. I went to Japan and went to a few other places, and then somebody said to me, well, you wrote the songs and you play guitar and sing, you can do it on your own, can't you? And then I tried doing that, and it turned out I could, so that's it, carried on.
Okay. 聞いてる質問は、自分のその音楽活動のスタートはどういう感じとか、今まではどういうことをしましたかという質問があって、で彼はみんなと同じように、学校で、そのアマチュアミュージシャンとか、仲間と、一緒にバンド入って、良くない音楽とか、一緒に、しましたんで、そして、入学して、ミュージックスクールが入って、でそれから、もうちょっと、先生とか、教えてくれた、その基礎を教えて、いただいて、でそれから、勉強して、卒業してからバンド入って、でバンドの活動はもうちょっと退屈になって休憩、ちょっとしばらく休憩して、そうしたら友達とかから聞いて、自分で音楽、ソロアーティストとしてシンガーソングライターもできるということを友達から聞いて、で、自分のソロ活動が始めたんですね。はい。So, I'd like to go to a song, I believe called Into the Night. Is that right? Okay. Can you give a very brief intro for this?
Yeah. So this is a song that I wrote back in about 2008 or 9. And I recorded it a little while after then, and it came out on an album that I put out in 2012 called It's a Nice Day Over There. and this song's called Into the Night, and it was a song about essentially about getting away, just needing to get up and leave and go and find somewhere new, even for a day, even just to go on a very short sort of journey. And you can take that as you will, metaphorically or literally. And so when I was in lockdown, I wanted to re-record that song for a long time. And I had the opportunity to do that with some musicians who I knew and had worked with before, and we did it all online. And so we did it all from our home studios and sent it to a producer who I knew, and we made a song and we made a video of it. So that's how that came about. So it's a new version of an old song.
Okay. この曲 Into the Night はもともと2012年、レコーディングして、でもそのバージョンはちょっと更新したいという、意見があって、そのコロナがあったから、この機会をちょっと使って、ミュージシャンはオンラインとしてレコーディング、各パートレコーディングして、編集して、で、それからこの曲、このビデオ、ミュージックビデオ、Into the Night 完成しました。Into the Night by Foley. Here we go.
Myself a minute before I head into the night, and I'll hit the road again so I can find my own delight. I'll buy my ticket with what change I have inside my purse, and I'll make it out this lonely town, for better or for worse. And if I'm running, how far will I go to get away from everywhere and everyone I know? I'm sick of living life in towns where dreams are bought and sold, and I haven't quite decided if I'll let myself get old. Oh, lessons will I ever learn? Well, if you insist on playing with fire, fingers will get burned. And well, I'll meet you in another time, a place that's miles away. We'll stop the clocks, the earth won't turn, so you and I can stay. We'll sit beneath this tree and read to each other from a book, and passers-by will comment on how beautiful we look. And love's not something you can chase or from which you can hide, but I know that I would not change the time spent laid there by your side. And by your side.
That was Into the Night by Foley. 松浦さん、なんか聞きたい質問がありますか？
そうですね。今回イントじゃなくて、ロストという曲を聴かせてもらいまして、とてもポップでね、すごくいい曲だなと思ったんですけど、あれは CD としては発売されてるんです。
So, your song Lost, is that available on CD?
Not yet. No, it will be. It was. That's a bit of a long story, but it's going to be released as part of an album that is going to come out a bit later on. So it's a single, but it's a digital single at the minute.
そうですね。今、シングルだけど、CD はまだまだ、まだまだですね。いつか、CD 作るんですけど、今はちょっと、配信だけの形です。
Thank you. ありがとうございます。
はい。
Having said that, if you'd like a copy, I will send him one.
もし、配信で十分だったら、送りますと。
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
はい。
どういたしました。
そう、松浦さんは、なんか CD は作られたんですか？
CD よく作ってくださいという声はあるんですけど、僕自身やっぱりライブがやりたいので、まあ CD はその次かなと思ってあんまりこだわってないんですよね。ただやっぱり継続的にライブをやっていきたいなっていうのが一番ですけどね。
I asked him, has he made any CDs? And he's like, yeah, people are asking me, when are you going to make a CD? And he's like, I don't know. I prefer just going out and playing live. Yeah. Maybe you'll make one day. Yeah.
Is it difficult to record in Japan? Are there lots of facilities or is it quite expensive?
CD, like recording as in CD production or just recording in general?
Well, just getting into a studio, it's the same thing here. It used to be when I was younger, when I was coming up, it was horrendously expensive to get into a studio because I mean the first recordings I did were all to tape. So you're recording to 1/4-inch tape, and you had to go to a professional studio that cost hundreds of pounds a day and have an engineer who knew how to use all that gear. And now you buy a box and plug it into your computer and a microphone and you're good to go.
Yeah, so pretty much. Yeah, Japan's about the same thing. 松浦さん、なんかホームスタジオとかあります？
はい。
ホームスタジオはありますか？
ホームスタジオ。ホームスタジオ。
レコーディングのため。
レコーディングのために持ってるスタジオというか、活動の拠点として、名古屋の笠寺っていうところがあるんですよ。そこをホームグラウンドで、そこでライブをよくやってます。お寺、テンプル。笠寺テンプル。そこでライブやってます。
じゃあ、レコーディングとかはあんまりやってないんですかね？
そうですね。スタジオをそれは借りることはありますけど、なんか、レコーディングして、例えば CD 出したりね、作ったりすると、ライブしても結局その CD を売ることばっかり一生懸命になるんじゃないかと思ってね。それはちょっと僕の本意ではないので、あまりその CD とかそういったものにこだわらず、とにかく生演奏ライブというものにこだわってやっていきたいという、そういうスタンスでやってます。
Yeah, so he was saying there's a temple that has kind of a studio setup, but he prefers to use it as like an actual live performance space rather than recording. In terms of recording, as he mentioned before, he's not really so interested in the recording. In general, I think, yeah, just pretty much in most music scene countries with a music scene, people have their own home studios and own gear and computers and just record, on their own pretty much.
Sure. It got smaller and easier and
cheaper. But one thing that is in Japan is there are rehearsal studios everywhere. Really? Everywhere. Yeah. Because, houses in Japan are generally too small to play, and, neighbors knocking on the wall, be quiet. And so you have to go over to a rehearsal studio. And those studios actually have maybe, on the top floor or somewhere, a recording studio as well.
Oh, okay. Cool. So there's a lot of facility if you want to rehearse.
Yes.
That's good.
松浦さんはなんかバンドと一緒に演奏したことはありますか？ Have you ever
あ
played
りま
with
す
a
よ。
band? あ、
あります。
うん。どんな編成？
ベース、ギター、ドラム
うん。
ですね。で、
うん
あとは僕はキーボード、ピアノ、プレイピアノ
OK
でやったことはあります。
So yeah, I asked him, has he played in a band before? And he said, yeah, he's played bass guitar and drums. He plays keyboard also.
Alright. 私も、キーボードではない。
さあ、松浦さん、一つの曲をちょっと、みんな聴いていただきたいなんですけど、ですね、タイトルはもっと前ですね。
もっと前。
はい。この曲はいつ作られてたんですか？
今から8年ぐらい前だと思います。
はい。
結局、どこでやっても評判がそこそこいいので、結局どこのライブでも大体その曲を今やるような形になってますけどね。
はい。はい。So, he made this song, Motomae, which a long time ago, about 8 years ago. And so let's check it out. Motomae by Hideto Matsuura.
立ち止まることもあるどうしようもなくて誰も信じられなくてだけど人恋しくて夜の空を見上げ明日なんか来なくていいのどうして生きてゆこうか答え未だわからずだけどそれが生きるということいつか空に帰るまでもっと前もっと前言うしかないだろうもっと前もっと前歩いてゆくんだ傷ついて道に倒れどうしようもないと自分さえ信じられなくて心を尖らせて夜の風は冷たくてこのまま消えてしまいたいすべてを投げ捨ててやり直せたらいいのにねだけどそれが生きるということ今この山を越えてゆけもっと前 を行くお前も道を行けもっと前もっと前行くしかないだろうもっと前もっと前歩いて行くんだもっと前もっと前行くしかないだろうもっと前もっと前歩いて行くんだ最後の一回もっと前もっと前行くしかないだろうもっと前もっと前歩いて行くんだ
That was Motomae by Hideto Matsuura. 松浦さん、ソーシャルネットワークとかは、SNS とかやってますか？Where
や
can
ってま
people
すよ。
find you? はい。
やってます。
はい。じゃあ、告知してください。
Facebook が主ですけどね。あと、Instagram もやっています。はい。その2つかな。メインは。
はい。Okay. So, he's on Facebook and Instagram. You can look up Hideto Matsuura. Foley, how about you?
Same. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay. What's your handle? Just Foley is easy?
No, well, they're different, unfortunately. Facebook is, and I can post the links to you, of course. Facebook is Foley Official. Instagram is Foley Music Pics. And Twitter, I've only just rejoined Twitter. And Foley Songs on Twitter, as it turns out.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining today. 松浦さん、ありがとうございました。今日。なんか最後の言葉とか、なんとかありますか？
そうですね。今、世界中で新型コロナ大変ですけど、関西ミュージックカンファレンスがずっと末永く続くことを、祈っております。ありがとうございました。
Thank you. There's a lot of stuff going on with the pandemic and so on, but he hopes that KMC continues to move forward. Foley, final words?
Thank you very much. どうもありがとうございました for having me. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, both of you, it was very nice to meet you. どうぞよろしく。よろしく。
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody's performance. Foley, when are you performing for the conference?
September the 18th.
September 18th. 9月18日、スケジュールをチェックしてください。松浦さんのパフォーマンスはいつでしょうか
？9月19日だったですね。
Right. Okay. And Matsura-san's playing on the 19th. So check the schedule, www.kansaimusicconference.com. And we look forward to seeing you, everyone. 皆さん、www.kansaimusicconference.com または KMC2021 検索して、すぐ出てくると思います。じゃあ、ありがとうございました。Thank you very much.
Thank you.
はい、
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。